Hi everyone. I'm just going on Facebook so I can see what's happening. Ta-da. There I am. How y'all doing today? I'm just gonna chit chat for a minute while we wait for some more people to join us. I'm honestly gonna eat my orange because I have not eaten yet today. And I really need to eat something before. Hi Emma. I start. I won't make it through the class. So I'm trying to be good. Hi Keiko. How's everybody doing? Everybody's kits are mailed. So I will be doing all the invoices probably tomorrow because today I want to put up the instructions for this gingerbread cookies and for the Tarnished Angels. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Diane. So I want to get those done before I do the invoices. So, yeah, expect your invoices either this evening or tomorrow, everyone. What else? Oh, I will be putting up, everything was out of stock, so I redone them now since all the kits are out. So I put more up for the gingerbread cookies and the angels and the mitten and boot or stocking. So yeah, so I've put those back up because people have been asking for them. What else? It's raining here today. We're going to do our gingerbread today. I have base coated it. So here it is here. I have base coated all the pieces. I'm going to tell you them right now. So I don't forget. So the gingerbread is base coated in cocoa, Decor cocoa. Hi, Kathy. If you don't have cocoa, use honey brown. It looks so pretty. Such a pretty color too. So the gingerbread, both of them. So even the little teeny tiny one, isn't it adorable? Is done in cocoa, along with the buttons are done in cocoa. The sign is done in desert sand. The little heart is done. Now you can use Rookwood Red, Heritage Brick, whatever your favorite Christmas red is. And then the berries, y'all know they are these, shiny plastic red berries. And I just repaint them because I don't like all that shiny. So you can just paint them in your favorite berry red. Or if you like the shiny plastic, you can leave them in the shiny plastic. There's now the stencils to create this are from Cover Distributing. And no, I haven't cleaned these yet. There are two stencils, and one is this one that has all these great, fabulous gingerbready sayings on it. And the other one is this North Pole Milk and Cookie Company, Baking Santa's Favorite since 1841. Anyway, I just use Santa's Favorites, and I use the cookies from here, and then I use the gingerbread. I'm going to stencil this on a sheet. Hi, Sheila, and put it up for you. So you have the exact size and the exact writing and everything. If you want to do it yourself, like hand do it, you can just do the line drawing of it on. And I will also put the link up for these in case you want to get them from Cover Distributing. These are both of these are two of my favorite stencils. And if you do any kind of crafts and stuff, and like the stencil, these are great. So they're not that expensive. See, when there's a sale on, I would grab them. And then you can use my code too and get another 10% off. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda, are you at work? I think I'm going to go ahead and start. So let me just flip this over so we can see what's going on here. Just see. Turn me around. Okay, now I want to bring this up because that's needs up and a bit more light, I think. Okay, so this is our ginger, and it's like 13.5 inches tall. I think I have to come up a little bit more, actually. So you can see all of it. Just do this a bit. How's that? Still looks like it needs to be up more, doesn't it? Goodness gracious. Here, I just need you to be able to see all of it. Okay. So I have base coated this in cocoa. I want to do something with this light too. So I have base coated this all in cocoa, and then I gave it just a really light sanding. I used 320 grit or higher just to give it a really nice sanding. Oh, I should come up here. Oh, hi. Here we are. No appointments this afternoon. Ooh, great. Oh, the stencils are not that big. Well, they're the size of a piece. This one is the size of a piece of paper, like regular. And this one is a little bit smaller. So they're what? 10 3/4 inches. This North Pole one is by just about 7 inches. They're not huge. And then this is just the size of a regular piece of paper, 8.5 by 11 or something. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I lightened this up a little bit, and I used True Ochre. I just took a little bit True Ochre, and I'm going to dry brush a little bit of True Ochre on. Now, I'm going to try using this this is actually a makeup brush, but it is just fabulous for dry brushing larger surfaces. I think I got it on Temu for like a couple of bucks or something. So I'm just going to work it in because I really don't want it to be too much, too wet. So I really want to take off as much as I can. And then I'm going to brush this on. I am actually having another class this weekend, ladies. I'm going to do it Sunday. And because I'm going to do the little, the boot and the Mary, what is that? What did I say? Mary Gingermas. The little boot and the mitten. And because I want to come on and a little bit before, since it's on a Sunday, I thought more people could join us for a little chit-chatty time on Zoom, because we haven't done that in forever. Getting things on this, it's driving me a little crazy. I just need a little bit more So Sheila and Rhonda, you guys met? Did you get lots of trick-or-treaters? We didn't get any trick-or-treaters. It's just kind of a little bit too much for my husband. So I just put a thing outside for the kids to help themselves. But we literally got no one anyway. Our whole street was dark. We have certain areas that are a lot of fun that the kids seem to really like to go to. Certain areas, we call them the K streets because it seems all the names start with K on that street. Right in that area, so we call it the K street. Yeah, it's so we didn't get any, but the K streets, I was talking to some friends there, and they got over 400 kids, so they did really well. Did I see my sister on here? Hello, Roxanne. You at work, sweetie? Now I've been sick in bed after my show. Oh, no. Sheila. I tell you, I have, just because, Ross isn't well, so I wear a mask everywhere now because he just can't get sick, right? So I wear a mask everywhere. But it seems everybody here is sick in our town, I tell you. So I am not taking any chances. And then I'm just going to go over it. A little piece of paper towel. That just kind of brightens it up a little bit. And I'm going to take my little sanding block. I wax paper, and I'm just going to really lightly sand over this. And when I sand, just to kind of smooth the surface, I really put hardly any pressure on it at all. Just take off there any little dust that remains. Keep looking on my thing. Okay. Pardon me. So I'm actually going to splatter this now before I do any of the little details. But just before I do, I'm just going to sand around these edges. This big show is 10,000 plus people. Wow. That's a great show. Where was it that you guys were at? Sheila, where Sheila and Rhonda, where your show was, Sheila, and where Rhonda saw you. So I'm just doing all around the edges here. You don't have to, I'm not bringing it in very much. I'm just lightly going around. Sometimes I like a lot of sanding. This time, no. With this one, I just kind of want some light sanding. And Whoops, and I did both sides just so it looks all nice and finished. I was able to put a lot of the kits in envelopes this time because there wasn't any like fine pieces in a lot of them. So that worked out really well. I tell you, just seems like it costs more and more to ship all the time. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to splatter this. And I'm going to splatter it with light buttermilk and with, I'm going to use traditional burnt sienna, but you can use regular burnt sienna if you want, if you don't have the traditional burnt sienna. I'll get rid of this little piece, I'm going to end up wearing it. Okay, so I'm just going to take some light buttermilk. Christmas made in the South. What town? Oh, Cabarrus Arena. Oh, Concord, North Carolina. Yes, I'm a little sad that I'm going to miss mine this year with Deb. She's going to have to carry the torch for both of us this year. One and two. Okay, so I'm going to do the light buttermilk first. And I'm just going to splatter it all over like this. Okay. And I'm going to take my other brush and I'm going to do the traditional burnt sienna. And I'm going to splatter this one all over. In case you're wondering what I'm doing with my hand, trying to avoid getting it on my clothes. Should have put my apron on. I like to kind of do more splashes. So down here, I've added a little bit more in one area. I just kind of like to do that around. Do a light splattering around and then maybe do a little bit more of a splatter. Okay. So that is those two. I'm just going to wipe my hands. I'm going to end up wearing this. Christmas made in the South. Can't remember what ours is called at all. Okay. Now I just want this to dry a bit. I left my hair dryer upstairs. I don't really need it. So while that's drying, we're just going to go around all these edges with this dress. I think I'll use my big brush. This one. So I'm going to use my big blending brush, and I'm going to use two colors. I'm going to use Vintage Photo over here, and I'm going to use the Distress Oxide. So that's the lighter one. It's on the bottom. So it's the lighter one. So I'm going to use it first. Load up my brush. And this one, I like to bring it in a little bit more. So you can see I'm just bringing this, blending this in a little bit more. Give this cookie a little bit of color there. Oh, that was not dry. I want to get these areas. Splattered it a little bit harder there, or a little bit thicker, so it wasn't quite dry. So I think I'm going to just take a wet one. Ugh. Just go in this little area where it's smudged a little bit. Oh, I watched a new series on Netflix called Nobody Wants This, with Adam Brody and I think it's Kristen Bell. Such a good series. I binge watched it while I was packing kits. It is so good, ladies. Well, I went over to Deb's yesterday to pick up some things. And she was talking to Tracy, so I got to say hi to Tracy. Hi, Tracy, if you're there. Around. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Distress ink. So this is the Distress ink, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that. And I'm just going to go closer to the edge. And then it looks like they're baked a little bit. I don't like this right here. I came in a little bit too much with right here. I'm just going to take that back a little bit. I'll let that dry. Yeah, so if you ever feel like I thought, I just felt there that came in a little bit too much there. So I just took a baby wipe. And because this hasn't had a chance to dry at all, I was able to remove what I wanted. There. So this is our little baked cookie. While I have our distresses out, I'm going to just do our little tiny ginger. I'm not going to sand it or anything. You can if you want. Where's my little thing? This had the yellow on it, so you can just kind of go over it with the true ochre and just kind of brightens it up just that little bit. And then I'm going to take a little brush. A million brushes. I'm just going to take a little teeny tiny one. And I think for this one, I'm just going to use the lighter one. The wrong lids on them. And I'm just going to kind of go around. Just lightly, you don't have to go too crazy with this. Anybody got any exciting plans for the weekend? I know my sister's in a little craft fair on Saturday. Good luck, Roxanne. If you're here, good luck. And I'm also just going to lightly go around. These are the little cookie buttons. Is Keiko, are you still on here? Just comment in this section if you are. So these ones are distressed, so I just can put them to the side now because they're done. Seeing if Keiko is still on. Oh, you would ask me to look for, this is a special sparkle that I use, literally cheap sparkle, but it's kind of vintagey, a little bit more vintagey than you know, glamour dust. They didn't have any when I was there. I will keep looking, and if I do get it, I can add it to you know, another order. But sorry, yeah, they just didn't have any of this left. I was going to show you this too. This is from Decor. It's called Love Color, and it's glitter text. And it's literally like snow text, except I think it's a little mushier. And it's full of glitter. So I thought this was kind of cool. I haven't had a chance to really get into these love ones yet, and I really want to. So, okay, so I'm going to do the cheeks now. I always do my cheeks in two colors. I do the dried clay and then the heritage brick. You, of course, don't have to. Do your favorite cheek colors. But I'm going to use dried clay and heritage brick. Now, let's see if I can find a brush, brush that's worthy. Might be able to use this one. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up a little bit of dried clay onto my one of my ink blending brushes. And then just get off as much as I can. You know me, I like to start really light. And then make it darker if I need to. So just start light. Don't just put these two big round circles. And well, unless you like two big round circles. But just start light. And then gradually just increasing the pressure till you get what you like. I moved my camera. It was attached to the table, my little camera standy thing, but I hated how it always made the table shake when I made the camera shake when I did anything like this, because I was moving the table. So I do like that I'm used to doing this more. So I did that with the dried clay, but I'm going to add heritage brick now. So I'm just using the same dirty brush, a little bit of heritage brick, and I'm just going to lightly add a little bit more color. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the eyes. Now, I used one of Chris's stencils to do the eyes. Used the circle stencil. Just going to check on the right size. I believe it's this one. And I just used black, of course. And stenciled them on. Oh, let's find a little brush. This one will do. This is one of Chris's diverse brushes. Let's see where the nose goes. Where's the nose? Where's the nose? I don't think I did the nose. I'm sitting here going, where's the nose? Where is the nose? I was so proud of myself, ladies. I thought, look at me. Did absolutely everything. Got everything so organized this time, which is, you know, a shock and a half because I always forget something. So I was so proud of myself thinking, I think I actually have everything. But for some reason, I can't find the nose. So close. I was so close to having everything I needed. There's my nose. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking everywhere for the nose. And I don't even have another one down here. They're upstairs. So now I have to run upstairs and get a nose. I don't think I have any ovals down here. They're all upstairs. Crap on a cracker. I was so close, ladies. Ah. Whoops. How irritating. Sneaking in while on a conference call. Hi, Darlene. Off to the store. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Keiko. I'm just going to run up and get the nose because I like to sort of position everything properly. So, and I'm just looking over here. Nope, no nose. Dang. Be right back. I know it's here because I desert sanded it. I don't see it. Huh. Okay, well, let's just position this. Whereabouts I'm going to put this nose. Think about here. Means that I want the eyes just above it. It's about here. I'm just going to check that again. Think about there. So, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to just do a couple little dots. So I can see where I'm going to do them. Y'all see my gray hair? I think I'm going to do one here. And then the other one right beside it here. Yep, that should be good. All right. Need a little bit more now. I'm back. I'm back. There was a lot of special orders this week, I tell you. I'm going to make sure that I have this right. Okay. I didn't want to just leave it like really quite plain. The eyes, you know me, I like to fiddle with the eyes. So I decided to, even though I did the circles, that I was going to put eyelashes on them anyway. So I'm going to take my liner and I just decided to add a few little lashes. Does anybody watch the new TV series Matlock with Kathy Bates? So good. Oh no, eyelashes. Yes, there are. Hi, Claudia. And of course, you do not have to do them if you don't want. I think they look adorable when you put eyelashes on. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of white and do the rest of the eyes. I'm just going to do a little C stroke in each eye. And then a dot, a little dot. There we are. And then I'm going to actually put the nose on now. I did paint one up and everything, so I'm kind of wondering where it is. I love Matlock. It's my new favorite show. I think Kathy Bates is just phenomenal in it. I'm just going to paint this quickly. Whoop. Ah. And this is just with some desert sand, ladies. I am a little annoyed. I did have it all painted up. Oh well. It's probably in my garbage beside me. So that's the nose. I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. If you want, you can add little tiny dots. Little tiny dots on the cheeks. I always like to have little dots. Yes. Oh, yes. I know, Carol. Don't you think it's a great show? Okay, so I'm going to use light buttermilk. And I'm just going to add some wee little dots here and there, just little tiny ones here and there. On each cheek. You can do as few or as many as you like, it doesn't matter. I'm also going to add a little bit of hair because it's what I do. But before I do, I think I'm going to do the icing. Now you have two choices with the icing. You can do it before you do the distressing. If you do, it'll keep the light buttermilk color. If you do it after you do the distressing, it kind of picks up a little bit of the ink just because the paint is wet. So it will pick up a little bit of that ink and it'll make it, instead of a true buttermilk, it kind of tints the icing just a little bit too. So it depends on if you want, I did it after. It just depends on if you want icing that's really light or if you want icing that also looks a little distressed. So I'm just going to start over here and do my wiggle jiggles. Just all around. I think my, yeah, you can see how it's starting to pick up a little bit of the distress. So it's changing color of the buttermilk a little bit. So that's where it's up to you which one you do. I kind of liked it when it picked up that little bit of distressed color from the ink. So I deliberately did that. So you can see I'm just going all the way around. So do you ladies want me to come on a little bit early on Sunday and we'll have a little bit of social time? We haven't done that for so long. That if you guys would like, I will do that. And I'm just kind of going over seeing if I want to widen any of these. Maybe add a little bit more icing in spots. And then I added a little curl for the hair. Just like that. I'm probably going to pick up a little bit of that light buttermilk. I think I'm going to just add a little bit over here. There. Yeah, I'll probably be doing the class early on Sunday morning. Well, early my time. Yours are a mess. I have to do them at least 4 times. Fuzzy caterpillars. Ladies. You're so funny. Okay, I'm just going to take my little nose that is desert sand. I want to dry brush in the middle of it a little bit, just with a little bit of warm white. Or you can even use light buttermilk if you want. I just want to add a little bit, just to soften it up just that little bit. And then I'm going to go around the edges, and I'm going to use that same vintage photo, but I'm using the oxide, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm just going to go around that nose a little bit like that. And then just a little stroke along the top. I like to start out a little thicker on one end and then make it smaller. And this is her little nose. Isn't she adorable? Okay, I found my glue. See, I thought I was so proud. I had every little thing, ladies. It still managed to muck it up. Ah! I'm splurting out of there. Just going to remove some of that. What island? How early we're catching the noon ferry to the island? Vancouver Island. She's going to, I'm sure. Right, Deanna? How early? Oh, probably... it does takes a little bit longer in the mornings lately to do things. So probably not until, I'll probably have happy time around at 8:30 and 9 o'clock do the, start the class is my hope and plan at the moment. Another question I was going to ask you ladies is if, just splattering this nose a little bit, you want me to continue with this group next year. Okay, now I'm going to stencil gingerbread. Oh, before I stencil, actually, I want to add a few cross hatches. Okay. I'm just adding some cross hatches just around her body. Definitely continue the group if you can. How do you feel about next year? Yeah, so I've, what I think I will do is, I'm going to just start with a 6-month one, just to make sure everything's okay. This is, I know it's been a little chaotic because I don't have a set date right now for doing these classes, just because things are a little weird right now, and I'm just never really sure, you know, what each day holds. But so I'm hoping things will kind of settle down a bit. So I would like to continue with this next year, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that everybody was okay with it and was interested in it still. There, so I just added a few cross hatches around. Now this is my gingerbread, so, and I will again put this on paper for you. So you have the exact dimensions of this, and then you can do your own line drawing for it. I think that's really the easiest way to do it. Now I use light buttermilk for this. I'm gonna get me a brush. Just look at it. Gingerbread. Okay, so I have gingerbread up the side here. And again, you can do this as light or as dark as you want. So I'm just going to, so this is the main part of the gingerbread is all done. So I'm going to go to our little cookies here. These are just 2 little wood round circles that I got. But I'm going to take a little bit of light buttermilk and I'm going to really kind of, can I use the word glob, the paint on for the icing on the buttons. Just looking for a globby brush. What globby brush do I want to use? I'll use this. No, I'm going to use, no, not that one. I think I want to use, I'm going to use an older brush, I think. So I'm just using an older angle, and that way I can get around the edge really well. Or just kind of make a nice edge. You can see I'm really kind of globbing this off. I'm not adding any extra water. And I'm going to just go around like this. I'm going to do that on both. I'm really picking up, trying to get a lot of the icing. And then this is still wet, but I'm still going to just add a little bit more to it. Same with this one. Kind of piling that on. It's got to be a lot between designing, painting, teaching the painting, getting kids together, then sending them off. And, yeah, you know what though? Yeah, icing does not have to be perfect. It really keeps my mind occupied, which is I really need right now. So I don't mind. I actually prefer it and would prefer to keep the group going. If my ladies would like it. Okay. Now this is still really wet, so I'm going to take my glitter now and sprinkle it on. I'd actually pour it on, I think. I don't think I want to sprinkle it. I think I want to pour it. I'm just going to dump a bunch in the middle. So you can use glamour dust or any kind of glitter that you have. And I'm gonna just spread it over on the other one. So now I've got my glitter in the two. I'm just gonna take this glitter off, dump it in my garbage. So we have our two little icing balls. I'm gonna go about here and here. I think I can do them about there and there. See, this is going to come down. I want it to sit in here. Okay, I'm just going to glue this on. Yeah, the icing does not a whole lot that I do has to be perfect. I like the imperfect, perfect look. So these are our buttons. I think like that will be good. Put this back on. Now we can start, doing fun things to it. This is going to be cute. Okay. This is for the little bow on the top of her head. Now I literally made this into a bow, made a bow out of this. So everybody's going to get this long piece of fabric. I'm just going to move this to the side while I make the bow. And I'm literally just going to make a bow. I take it, twist it around, and pull it through. And you can make it on your bow dabber if you want. But I won't, for heaven's sakes. It's when can't I make a bow? But I literally just wanted to make a bow. This is the spot. Oh, seriously, it is easy. Apparently it's easy if you're everybody but me. There. Oh, why, that was so painful. But I don't want it too big. The loop's too big. I'm going to pull them in. Just pull it till I get the size of the loops that I want. I watched another show the other day. What was it? Oh, Trapped. When I'm packing kits, I aimlessly aimlessly watch something on television. This one was called Trapped with Josh Hartnett. He's a serial killer. You don't see any serial killing, which I really appreciated because I really don't like seeing that. But I don't know why is this bow driving me crazy today. For days like that, ladies. Okay, there. Let me just cut these bottom pieces off and spread them out. Now, I decided to take my brush that has my Distress oxide on it, the Vintage Photo, and I just added a bit more color to this bow. And actually we'll splatter this with Galaxy glitter too. But this is going to go right in here, and I will just trim this back a little bit. I think this one side is a little bit bigger than the other side. So let's fix that. Take my glue gun and glue this on. About here. Cut that. And then I have this little rusty bell. I snuck Sweet Annie in everybody's packages that ordered the mitten and the boot. So bad. Okay, so there's her little bow. And now we're going to do her cinnamon stick. Isn't it cute? Okay. So I just literally glued this on. Like this. You can splatter it if you want. I didn't. I should move this. I can move this up a little bit. And then there's a little piece of cheesecloth in there. So take it. You know what? I just cut it in half because that's really way too much. Take it, kind of bunch it up in the middle like this. Give it a little twist. And then we're going to just glue that on. Like that. Oopsie. And then I'm going to just cut these. And I cut them a little bit shorter. Oopsies, go there. And then I'm going to just rip it a little bit. So you can see how I'm just pulling it. Kind of ripping it. Like that. And I'm going to take my little brush. Could have done this before, but I'm just adding a bit of that Distress ink to this too. And then the button, which is right here, again, I just distressed it. I just took my brush that already had the ink on it and just went around it like that and stuck it in the middle. Just handmade with love. When you get arrested, Sadinja will all come bail you out. Why am I going to jail? What did I say? Now I'm thinking, what did I say? That everybody thinks that Rhonda thinks I'm going to jail. What did I say, Rhonda? I honest to goodness cannot remember what I said. Obviously was something though. We're going to make a bow. Am I going to jail? Oh, Sweet Annie. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see if it sends the sniffer dogs into a chaotic panic, right? So everybody got some of this. You will not need all of this, like honestly. But take it, and even if there's small pieces, break it up as much as you can. I'm going to add this. I'm going to loop it, but after I loop it, I'm probably going to end up tying a bit of it, like cutting a bit of it too. So I just want to see about how big I want my loops. Maybe a little bit bigger. Let's stick that one on. I'm going to do another one. But by doing this, splitting those up, you get a lot more, and it's like bulkier, right? And then everybody got some of this. But before, before, there's a couple different things you can do. If you don't want to just leave this, I did dye this color, just, you know, coffee dyed. If you want it a little bit deeper, are you doing this? Geez, oh, are you talking about my obsessive compulsive disorder about the bows, Roxanne? You can stamp this. So you can take any stamp that you want. I normally, let's say, would use the scroll stamp. And you can use your Distress Oxide and you can stamp down it, right? Just adds a little bit of color. Or you can, after you get it all put together, you can just splatter it a little bit with, I did, Deanna, with traditional burnt umber or asphaltum or, you know, one of those colors. Now, this one does not have a regular bobo. This one, I did strips. I just went back and forth a few times like this. And I will trim these up a little bit more too. And then I did some more of this. Love the bows. You hate bows, Roxanne. Oh my God. So she's in a craft fair. She's as bad as Deb Antonick. Just the idea of making bows sends them into, you're welcome, Deanna, sends them into, you know, a cold sweat. And I keep telling them, the more you do them, the better you get at them. I just think it's funny that they have trouble with them. Make sure you save one of these pieces for the very end of the bow. So I'm just adding a little bit more of this. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of the white. And I will be, again, be trimming this white. Okay, And then I'm going to take another piece of this. Just a very plain bow. Deb, you should make their bows and charge them. Oh, I actually am going to help Deb Aunt Nick with some of her bows. Tell you, I actually enjoy making bows. It's kind of like doing eyelashes and stuff. I just really like it. Don't know what it is, but I do. Okay. So now I'm going to make a smaller bow for in the middle here. I'm going to stick it on there. And then I have this fabric now. I probably cut it too wide. I probably cut yours too wide. You can decide if you want to make it a little bit thinner. I actually think I'm going, to make mine a little less wide. Just going to cut it down. And please, you guys go ahead. I just would rather give you too much than not enough. So just cut it down. Oh, I do like to fray it though after I've cut it. So I like to just pull the thread out. Roxanne, are you on your lunch hour? Is anybody else out there who likes making bows? Yes, OCD does come in handy, I tell you. Now this is just really tiny, this bow. See, it just kind of sits in the middle like this. So you can see you're going to have a lot left over. Okay. And then a little bit more cheesecloth. You'll have cheesecloth left over from everything. I just grabbed a little bit of it. See, and it's kind of rippy and torn. Just stick it in the middle like this. And it doesn't matter if it's too big, we'll just trim it down, okay? I'm going to tie this up now. No, I'm wasting my life away watching you make a bow. You would not believe how nice I've been to my sister. And this is how I get treated back. Wow. Wow is all I gotta say. My bows never turn out the same twice, ever. It's a thing. So what I want to do with this is, so now I just really have to start. I'm going to start by separating a lot of this. And then, that's all, folks. And then I'm going to cut some of this. So some of this Excelsior, I'm actually just going to cut. Not all of it, just sort of, just cut some of it like this. So it kind of sticks out a little bit more. And then I'm going to take this white, and it really has to be trimmed back, because you can see it's too long, a lot of spots. But I also found when I did it that they were quite thick. So I literally just cut some of them in half. Kind of pulled them. and then trim them down a bit. You don't want them all the same length. You want them different lengths. This is too big. So you're just going to trim it all down now, right? Even this cheesecloth is way too long. So I'm going to cut it short and then rip it. Now it's just playing, ladies. Now it's just playing how you want your bow to look. I'm still going to trim some of this back. And again, don't feel like you have to use just because I made them this wide. Cut them, trim them, do things with them to really bulk them up. And then kind of trim some of this back too. It's awfully wide. And then, yes, I do fluff mine all up. Am I driving you insane yet, my sister? Maybe if you paid more attention, honey, you wouldn't have so much trouble with your bows. Okay. So I'm going to take this, stick it onto here, and then we can trim it up just a little bit more. She's going to be cheeky. I went away and came back and you're still doing it. Oh my gosh, Roxanne, yours is so funny. But you can see it really hard to, even though it's a big bow and it's really fluffy, didn't really take hardly any fabric or, you know, Excelsior. It's just how you do it, right? But you can see there are some pieces that are way too big up here, covering this gorgeous little face, so we don't want to do that. Okay, and then we have our little berries that I'm going to stick in the middle. And again, I didn't leave them that shiny red. Oops, there are 3 of them. Where's my 3rd one? Oh, here it is. Better get rid of some of this stuff. If you have leftover fabric, which you will have, obviously, you can take a piece if you want. And, you know, you can put a little patch somewhere, you know, all totally up to you. But save, I save all my little pieces of scrap fabric. 1, 2. See, I'm talking away, and now I've totally lost. Oops, come here, you. I've totally lost my 3rd berry. Where'd my 3rd berry go? Huh. Sure it's here somewhere. So I'm just going to glue the berries right in the middle. Now I have to look for my 3rd berry. Where in heck did I put it? Berry. I really did not take that long on this bow, Roxanne, by the way. It could have taken so much longer. I thought I did very well. So I don't bore people with the is this the one, is this one the same size as the other ginger we did? It is. It's exactly the same ginger. Well, my berry seems to have disappeared. Fall on the ground. Well, anyway, should be 3. I'll probably find it while we're doing this. There should be 3 berries on there, but that's okay. Everybody got 3 berries. Just don't lose yours like I do. Be wondering where it went. I'll find it. I'll find it. Yeah, you'll probably have lots of this fabric left over too. Make sure you always save them. What is that, Deanna? What? Is this Deanna? It is raffia. Oh, what did I call it? Excelsior? Yeah, I did. Now that you mentioned that, I did. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the little tag, which is right here. So I'm going to put our little ginger right here. Hello. I didn't make this bow quite as fluffy as the other one. Oh well, it's still fluffy and still looks good. Oh. Yep, it's going to stay. Okay, so I stand it around the edges. Isn't this a really pretty sign? I like this little sign. Got Deb to cut out a whole bunch of them for me. We love each other so much. Considering my sister. So again, I'm just going to go around all these. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to splatter first, like we did with the other one. Just wondering. Shish kabooble. No, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scroll. So this is my little scroll stamp. Everybody who asked for the scroll stamp, you did get them. And I am just going to add a little bit of this, just kind of around like that. And then I'm going to go around the edges. Like that. Now I'm going to add the little Santa's favorite cookies. And that is here somewhere. This one. Whoops. So I'm going to just position it. Yeah, here's fine. And I am going to use the same color. Now, if you want it darker, you can use the Vintage Photo ink, or if you want it kind of the lighter of the two, you can use the oxide. I think I'm going to use the ink. I think I'm going to do it a little bit darker, but again, I don't want it too dark. So I just want to make sure that this is, oops. So this is what I will put up for you. Okay, I'm going to put it up in the group. Just see, Santa's favorites. Needs to be a little darker. let's see, Santa's favorite step. And then cookies. And then, so I'll put this up just so you have the exact measurement. Didn't we use this stencil before? I used this stencil last year on, I'm trying to remember which one it was that I did. Santa's favorite cookies. I'm trying to remember which one it was that I did. I know I used it for the craft fair. So Santa's favorite cookies. I'd have to look back and see which one it was that I did use it with, but we did use it before. I just can't remember which one it was, Claudia. Maybe I didn't use it. No, smarty pantsy, Roxanne. I did not start this at 9 o'clock. I can't even believe you said that. I'm going to go around the outside like icing again. I might not have used this last year. Now I can't remember. Okay. And then I did splatter this. I'm going to do a little bit of the traditional burnt sienna again, or raw sienna, traditional burnt sienna. Here it is. You think we did, Claudia? I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was with, eh? And I'm just going to do it lightly because I did splatter this also with the gold. So I'm actually going to take that out now, and I'm going to splatter this with the gold before I pin the gingerbread on. Where is it? I'm just splattering a bit of this on. But while I have it out, I'm going to splatter the bows. So this one up here I splattered. Just want to get it. I might have brushed a little bit on too. And I'm going to add a little bit, you have me, over here. And I'm just going to brush it on like this. Now, you have choices. So if you want, you can splatter this part of the bow with it also. Or you can splatter it with some of the traditional burnt sienna or asphaltum. I think I might try both. But I'm going to take a piece of paper towel. I'm going to go under here like this a bit. I don't want to get any more on his face or... Just going to splatter it with a little bit of that. And then I'm going to splatter it with some of our Galaxy glitter. And again, this is just a little extra thing you can do if you want. I'm not as happy with the way the regular brush splatters the Galaxy glitter as I am with this. So I think I'm going to come over and use this. Okay. Going to move this. Those ones are done. It was a sign, I think we did, was it Candy Company? No. That was the North Pole one. I'm probably going to end up having to look because now it's probably going to drive me just a little bit crazy. So this is going to actually hang from here. So I'm just trying to think of why this one. I think this one, oh, I know that. Oh, you know what? I did it wrong. Oh, dang, see? This is supposed to be up here. And then it kind of sits like this. Dang, I did that wrong. Okay. Well, ladies, when you do it, please make sure that this little hangy part is up at the top. Now I have a little hangy part down here, but I think I'll just cover it up with the gingerbread. Okay. It's all fixable, ladies. There are no mistakes. Yeah. Just switch sides. Well, you see, I didn't want to because I had this here. And see, now it covers up the gingerbread. So, yeah, I can't do that. So, I'll just do this. Good try, though, Rhonda. Good try. But again, it's all totally fixable. There are no errors in crafting. See, there should be a little string there. So I'm going to make a pretend one. Tell you things you got to do. A little pretend one for hanging, since I can't actually hang it. See, I'm going to just pretend that there's a little hangy string here. There. And then our little ginger. So I didn't go too crazy with him. Well, you might think I went a little bit too crazy, but my sister would say I did go a little bit too crazy anyway. So I took just a little bit of Heritage Brick or whatever cheat color you're using. I only used the one this time. I didn't use two. And just did the cheeks. I did 2 little dots for eyes. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do the dots after I do the icing. And I'm going to just use the light buttermilk again for this. Oh, these are the cutest little cookies. Ginger, it was the old-fashioned candy cane sign. Old-fashioned candy cane. Oh, that was, oh, I think I remember that one. So some people might have already bought this. We're just icing around the edges. Oh, it sounds wet outside. Okay, and then 2 little dots for eyes. Yeah, I'll do the 2 little dots for eyes. Da, 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 black. A little bit bigger, come on. Oh, for heaven's sakes, why is this not coming off? Okay. Little sparkle on there. And I'm going to give him a little mouth. And again, I'm just going to use the light buttermilk for a mouth. And a little bow. So I'm just going to use the fabric that I used before on the main bow. I'm just going to tie it. Oh, actually, just before we do that, let's splatter this. Come here, you. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this light buttermilk and splatter it. And then I have our little bow. Cut this down a little bit before I stick it on. I will cut this a little bit more. It's a little big still. I'm going to glue this on here. And hang it out like that. And then the heart. The heart, which is right here. You don't have to do really hardly anything to it. All I did was splatter this one. And again, with the light buttermilk. I just didn't find it was necessary to do a whole lot to it. But again, you can put a little patch of fabric under it if you want to. Now, if you have, oh, did I get a little bit of red on that? No. if you have any Excelsior, you can put some under here and and make this even a little bit, you know, bulkier or fluffier. Or you can use, if you have any of the wire, you know, the wire that I like to use, the real thin wire. I think I got some here. Just, you can take some of this. Oh, hi, Rhonda. Stuck together when I looked up the sign. 2 comments got stuck together when I looked up the sign. I'm gonna have to look up the old-fashioned candy cane. So I just wrap this around, you know, thing, and then I'm going to just pull on it like this. So if you have any of this extra at home, you can take it. If you have any Sweet Annie, you can stick some Sweet Annie in if you want. I'm gonna just stick a little piece of this in here. There's always little things you can add or do to them. Ow, 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 burn, 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 burn. I think I might. And then I want to splatter these little berries just a little bit. That there is supposed to be 3 of. I will find the other berry. Who knows where that is? I'm going to splatter the little rusty bell too. I'll have to go and find where that other... But there is our little sweetie. I'm just going to bring this up to me. We'll see who that is. So it's all done. I'm just going to bring this to me. Da-da-da-dum, da-dum. Is it me? Why is it looking weird? Rotate your phone. Oh, all right. How's that? Yeah, I know. Can anybody see? It looks like it went, back. Oh, there we are. Oh, goodness gracious me. Okay. I'm just going to back up so you can see her. Isn't she or he or gender neutral gingerbread? So this is it today. It's just so flipping cute. You can, if you want, add a little hangy to it. And I literally just take a little piece of string like this, make a little knot at the end, and just attach it to the back like this in the middle. And then you have a really adorable gingers. Yeah, that's it. That's it, ladies. I think most of them have holes. I'm sitting here wondering why this one does not have a hole in it. Oh, this is one I had here already. I think most of them have holes in the top. I'm not sure why this one doesn't. Okay, you don't have a thing for your fingers, do you? Don't. Oh, I do have a thing for my fingers. But I actually don't like them. I'd much prefer to burn my fingers off. Go figure. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my little ginger class. I'm going to put more up in the group. I think I've almost sold out of them again. So I will put a few more up in the group. One thing that the nose that I couldn't find still. Otherwise, I would have had everything here. I was so proud of myself too. Okay, Sunday goal is to have everything here. Well, we'll see how well that goes. So I think I'm going to come on, my plan to come on at 8:30 on Sunday morning, Pacific time, for a Zoom, 9 o'clock, do the class. I will let you know for sure tomorrow at some time. I'll put it up in the group for sure. I'm going to go now and just type up the patterns for these two. I hope you all have a great weekend, everybody. Remember, I'm sending all your invoices out tomorrow, and I appreciate so much how fast everybody pays them. The main reason that I am able to do it this way for you. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.